Hey, what's up, everybody? This is New York Rangers on the ice. I am Danny. I am your host. Welcome to hockey season. Welcome to New York Rangers season. Very happy that the season is here. Finally, we get some hockey after my baseball team was knocked out of the playoffs. But obviously, we all know that we have a new head coach, Laviolette, got a new system. I really like him so far. I like his message. Um, so but this show is going to be every week. I'm going to be reviewing the New York Rangers, the games, talking everything New York Rangers. All fans are invited. Talking general hockey as well. Talking about the league. Whatever has to do with the NHL, but mostly New York Rangers. The first game for the New York Rangers was they were at the Buffalo Sabres, and coming into the season, we wanted to see what this team had, what they look like, and they definitely did not disappoint in this game. In the first period, they came out flying in this game. I really liked the way the offense looked. They started getting really good chances early. First really good chance was Hedel had a really great chance early on with a pass from Lafreniere. And I must say Lafreniere is playing well. I like the way he looks so far. Only 1 point, but that's all right. You know, you know, they got some nice passing by Panarin to get that rush going. Didn't get the goal, but you got a great chance for it. So that's really what you want. Just got to keep plugging away in a hockey game. Just keep going and going and going at the net, and hopefully you score goals. Um, also, so but then Hedel causes a turnover and creates a rush down the ice. And then Panarin makes a really nice pass to Lafreniere for the first goal of the season. It was a wide open net, and Lafreniere buries it. So it's really nice to see him get the very first goal of the season. And early on, the Rangers' offense looked really good. The top two lines look really excellent, especially the second line. It's probably like the best line right now with Panarin, Hedel, and Lafreniere, which is definitely something new with Lafreniere and Hedel being moved up. Later in the period, Cousins got a great chance. Uh, beat the defense and got a great backhand chance on Shesterkin made a great save. As expected. But Buffalo was one of the higher scoring teams last year, so this game was definitely a surprise. Uh, as in, I thought it would be a little more high scoring because Buffalo's got a good offense. Um, Later in the period, there was a 4-on-4. Skinner gets a really nice chance. Shesterkin makes another great save on a rocket of a shot. Um, Later in the period, later in the first, the Rangers got a power play opportunity. And Adam Fox, shoots at the net, and Chronic gets a great deflection in front of the net, what she's known for. That's what you want Chronic for. You want him down low in the post, low in front of the goalie, and he did his job and deflected that in, and that made it 2-0. So excellent first period for the Rangers. Their defense was excellent. They were excellent in the neutral zone. They create a lot of turnovers, a lot of chances, and end up coming out of the period 2-0. About second period, about 7 minutes in or so, you know, Eric Johnson dings one off the post of a really nice shot, which easily, easily could have went in. Um, so Later in the period, you know, Lafreniere drives to the net after a nice pass from Panarin for a great chance. Didn't go in, but you want to get those great chances. Gonna do a couple comments here real quick. Eileen says, "Go Rangers." Let's see. Dave Yarn says, "Hey, what's going on, Dave? What's going on, man?" Um, Paul Spencer says, "Hockey season. Let's go Laviolette." The answer at coach: Capitals, Predators, Flyers, Canes, and Islanders. Their journeyman is coach. Uh, to answer your question, Paul, I like Laviolette. I think Laviolette is an experienced coach. He has won a Stanley Cup before. He's been there before. And I really like how he has the team playing at the moment. They seem a lot more disciplined, even though they had a rough loss in Columbus, 5-1. But some games are going to go like that. But overall, I think they've played really good in the offensive zone. They've been solid on defense. They've been more disciplined, I know. So I mean, it's early, but I like what I've seen so far. I like their style of play. The players seem to be buying into the system so far, but it's only 3 games. You get about 12, 15 games in, you get a better idea. But I really like Laviolette so far. I think he's done a solid job, and he's definitely experienced. He's definitely gotten the job done before. So, us Ranger fans are hoping that he can, get this team to a point where they have a chance to win a Stanley Cup, because this team is extremely talented, and it was definitely disappointing last year the way they got bounced out of the playoffs. Um, so 13:40 in the second period, Panarin gets a goal. Lafreniere had a good effort coming into the offensive zone. He kept on the puck and kind of deflected to Panarin between the circles, and it deflected between him, and he buried the shot. An excellent wrist shot off to the left between two players right past the goaltender. Panarin, I must say, Terry Panarin looks pretty good this season. He looks really good in this game. He looks like top notch so far, and him coming out on the gate, doing really well so far is really good for the Rangers. When he's playing well, Mika's playing well, they're all playing well, they're a tough team to beat. Let's see, about 18, and that goal made it 3-0. So the Rangers are dominating in this game so far. Let's see, later in the period, 18:30 into the period, Power takes a shot and deflects it right to Peterka, and he scores, making it 3-1. The Rangers got a little unlucky there. It went off of defender or something. It just, and they had a great shot, and there's nothing Shesterkin could do. It's like it was by him before you even knew it. Buffalo also gets a power play near the end of the third. Shesterkin's been excellent on the PK. He's been excellent. Their penalty kill has been really good so far in the first three games. To start the third power play Rangers, the power play the Rangers kill that off. Buffalo gets a 5-on-3 power play. And then as it goes into a 5-on-4 power play, the Rangers create a turnover with good defense from Miller and Kreider. Then Mika takes it down the boards and kind of cuts in front of Levi, the goaltender for Buffalo, and then turns around and passes it to a wide open net to Kreider, and he buries it to make it 4-0. And then the last goal they got was empty goal, but the third period was a dominant period by the Rangers. Laviolette's first win as a head coach. Igor Shesterkin gets his 100th win. Like I said, the defense was excellent and smothered the Panthers most of this game. They used a 1-3-1 trap, which is interesting. We've never seen them do before. They had 23 blocks in this game, which is definitely sacrificing yourself. That's more than they've had. Especially on like some of those power plays. Lafreniere played well. Panarin looked really good. The first two lines looked excellent. The defense looked excellent. Shesterkin looked excellent. Like I said, but on to the next game number 2 versus Columbus. Now, this game definitely did not go the Rangers' way. In the first period, the Rangers make it 1-0. Gustafsson takes a shot and then flicks off a defender and just goes in the net. The Rangers get a lucky bounce with that goal, making it 1-0. So the start was good. In all these games, the Rangers have plenty of offensive chances the first three, which is what you want to see. Something they used to do in the past in games is not get those chances and kind of not push it on offense. This game was crazy because you had 3 goals called back in the first period, which is kind of rare. Hedl had a goal called back. It was a really nice shot he had in the middle of the circles. He buried it, but it was an offside, which is a little close. Mika Zibanejad also had a goal called back. He had a similar wrist shot past the goaltender between the circles. It seems like the Rangers are getting around. That's another goal that got called back. Boone Jenner made a nice play on the forecheck coming down the boards. Schneider was coming down the boards. He tried to pass it to Jones and went over his stick. And went to Barchkov, and Barchkov threw it in front of the net. Gaudreau was there, and Skinner was there. Had a rebound, and Boone Jenner buried it. And Boone Jenner was making it hell for the Rangers all night. They had no answer for this guy all night. Boone Jenner had a natural hat trick on the night. Like, that goes to show you that. For some reason, he had a really good game. The Rangers had no answer. They were really sloppy in the defensive zone this game. They gave them a lot of chances, and Columbus took advantage of it. You really can't you really can't get upset with them. They did what they had to do. Then after that, CBJ scores a goal and also gets called back. Um, after that's the third disallowed goal in the period, and Trouba made a desperate diving save with his stick, and he must have saved it by a millimeter from going over the red line. The Columbus gets another power play, and Boone Jenner gets another goal, a really nice deflection goal, making it 2-1. Um, yeah, so like I said, Boone Jenner all night was, then Boone Jenner gets another goal, making it 3-1 with another deflection, and that completed his natural hat trick. So Boone Jenner was like killing us like all night. But if the Rangers are sloppy, you're sloppy in your own zone. You're not good in the neutral zone. You turn the puck over. You'll give up goals like that. There's no denying any of that. So let me get to a comment real quick. Paul says, "Glad to have a hockey show. Got to run practice time. Maybe next year I'll do the Penguins. Since I have season tickets later, Paul, take care. Have good practice. Joe Sullivan, what's going on? Yep, hockey is back. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It's the next sport for me. You know. So, but I'll continue talking about the rest of this game. The Rangers just had an awful second period versus Columbus. Like they almost reverted back to the way they were the previous 2 years, and the Rangers have the tendency to get stuck in their own zone, not clear the puck, be sloppy. And this was just one of those periods. The other two games weren't like that, but this was just like that. It's just the way it is. Yeah, they're learning a new system. Not every game's going to go well in the NHL. Yeah, sometimes you're going to struggle. Sometimes games are just going to go bad for you. But Jurczyk got another goal with a nice shot over Shesterkin's stick. It was a nice wrist shot. It was a really nice goal for him, making it 4-1. Like I said, just a bad period for the Rangers. Cooley gets a goal for the Rangers with a nice tap pass from Trocheck, which I think is his first AHL goal, I think, for Cooley. All right. Yep, and then the last goal, Danforth scores a goal after the Rangers are slow out of their own zone. And Sillinger makes a cross pass on a 2-on-0, and they bury it, making it 5-1. Yeah, and that was the final score of that game. It was 5-1 game. Like, like it was just a bad game for the Rangers. So you just got to move on, forget about it. It's an 82-game season. So I'm not, upset with how they play on offense, create chances. They just were too sloppy on defense, and you're not going to win like that. So I do like that. Lindgren went out for a little bit in this game, came back, and I like that Shesterkin in English said that Lindgren is Iron Man. So I thought that was a pretty good little funny snippet from this game. All right. All right. On to the next game 3, Arizona. The Arizona Coyotes, their home opener. Always big for the Rangers when they have their home opener. I thought they played pretty well, but this was a good game. The Rangers had some good offensive pressure in the first, but I must say Arizona was aggressive all game. Like they haven't been the best team, a good team at all the past, for a lot of seasons. But they made it tough for some reason for the Rangers. It was just a close game throughout this one, and that's just the way it goes in the NHL. But the Rangers had a lot of good offensive pressure in the first. Rangers had good play in the defensive zone to get an on-man rush, and makes a cross ice pass to Kreider, who buries it in the open net, taking a 1-0 lead. Like Kreider is playing excellent so far this season. But other than that, it was a pretty uneventful period. It was a very close period. The Rangers played well on defense. Had a lot of good chances, but it was close. Arizona was making it tough for them. Second period, So Rangers get a rush down the ice, and Cooley makes a nice pass to Trocheck, and he hits the post and dings it off the post, almost makes it, almost makes it 2-0. But it's a really good scoring chance. Arizona gets a power play, and Keller scores a power play goal from Cooley. It's not the same Cooley from the Rangers. Like they're saying Cooley, and there's two Coolies spelled differently. One on the Rangers and then one on one on Columbus. I kept getting confused all night, thinking they were talking about our player. And that made it 1-1. The Rangers got a lot of chances. Got a power play, got a lot of chances on the power play. I tell you though, the Rangers power play looks pretty efficient. They're getting a lot of chances every single time. Even if they're not scoring a goal, it's about getting your chances and being consistent with those chances. It seems like a lot of power plays, they're getting a lot of good chances and being more creative in the zone than they were last year. And that's a good sign early in the year. So late in the second hour, gets a 5-on-3 power play. That probably shouldn't have been a 5-on-3 power play, but it is what it is. Shesterkin absolutely stood on his head during this 5-on-3. He made a ton of great stops. He was pretty outstanding in this game. And you got the Broadway hat, which is the player of the game for in the locker room for the Rangers. And he played really well. That was big momentum. And they still had some of that power play left going into the third, but I think the second, some good momentum. To start the third, the Rangers killed that power play. Shesty without, led by his outstanding goaltending. So Sturkin did really well. About 8 minutes in, Rangers got a power play goal with a deflection by Chris Kreider again. So, actually, it wasn't Kreider. It looked like it went off. It might have been Trocheck, but it went off a Columbus Blue Jackets player at the same time. I really need to check who they gave the goal to because I just didn't check. But that made it 2-1. And then the Arizona Coyotes got a penalty shot, and Shesterkin made a great save on Zucker, which was an excellent save. Shesterkin was on top of his game in this game. I thought he was excellent in the game, and Shesterkin's looked outstanding so far. So, that's a really good idea. But the Rangers played a really solid game. It was a close hockey game. Like I said, the power play created a lot of chances. The defense played well. I think the defense has looked much better 3 games in, being a small sample size. You got the win, which is important. Doesn't matter how you get it. It doesn't matter if it's pretty or not. But they didn't get rattled. They didn't get flustered. A couple of things went wrong in the middle of the game, but they did stay with it, stayed disciplined, and ended up getting the win. And like I said, Arizona came out pretty aggressive. I don't think they played bad at all, to be honest. So go look at just some of the point totals for the players at the moment. See where we're at so far, 3 games in. You have Chris Kreider with 5 points total. He's a +2. He's got 4 goals and an assist. You got Panarin and Zibanejad with 4. Panarin's got 3 assists, but Zibanejad's got 4. Panarin's got a goal. Panarin's looked really good. He's got a lot of chances. Adam Fox is a +4 so far with 4 assists. Mika Zibanejad had 3 assists in game 1. Gustafson's a +4. I think he's played well for the Rangers. He's depth, but I think he's played well. Will Cooley was a +1. Jimmy Vesey was a +1. That's on the season so far. The Rangers are playing pretty good so far. So I'm just gonna do a couple do my sponsors real quick, and then I'll give you some of my final thoughts. What I like and what I don't so far about the team. But let's do some sponsors here. What are your hurt? 123 attorney Big Al Jason Fine. If you ever have a motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workman's compensation, personal injury claims, ever need legal help, they have 3 locations in the one in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area, one in the Cherry Hill, New Jersey area, one in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. Once again, give Attorney Big Jason Fine a call at 1-800-HURT-123 with any of your legal troubles. Dugout Mugs, the ultimate game day mug. We're in the middle of the playoff season. Unfortunately for my team, they're golfing right now, the Atlanta Braves. Once again, that is quite common for them, but it's the ultimate gift. Um, you know, for anyone that loves baseball, you can get any Major League Baseball team on. You get a custom logo on it that you want. Get a Dugout Mug today. Use the promo code OOTB Sports 20 for 20% off your order. Mug at dugoutmugs.com. Get your Dugout Mug to enjoy your favorite beverage watching the MLB playoffs. And one more here. Monkey Cold Coffee, the evolution of flavor infused coffee. If you're looking for excellent coffee to start your mornings and start your days, choose Monkey Cold Coffee. Their newest blend, organic blend, Perula Florida. They also have a bourbon chocolate chip and a toasted coconut rum. They also make mugs, t-shirts, travel mugs, cold brew maker. Always come out with new flavors. Use the promo code OTB Sports at monkeycoldcoffee.com. Get 10% off your order. Okay. All right, now I'm going to give my final thoughts. My final thoughts are for the first week of the season. Like I said, I really like how the offense looks. A lot of people were talking about. A lot of people were talking. A lot of people were talking about how Lafreniere looked in the preseason, and I'm one of those people that thinks, who cares about the preseason? I want to know what he does in the regular season when he gels with Panarin, and gels with Hedel, who they're both on the same line now. And Lafreniere's looked fine. He only has 1 point, but you're not depending on Lafreniere to score all your points. But he's responsible for goals, like I said, in game one versus Buffalo, he had a nice deflection. He had a good effort in the offensive zone, deflected to Panarin, he got a goal. He's had a lot of chances so far. I think Lafreniere's had 4 or 5 really grade A chances so far. And I really like the way he looks. I think he looks really good on the line he's in. And that line with Hedel, Panarin, and him look excellent. The first line also looks excellent. Like I said, I think Panarin looks really good. Kreider looks really good. The top 6 looks excellent right now. And I really like the way they're looking. It's really what you want to see. And I think Laviolette has them where you want to see them. You just want to continue to build off of this. And, let's see where they can get, 10 games in, 20 games in. I'd like to really see where they're at, see where their offense is at. But, I really like the system so far. Laviolette has them playing. They seem committed to it. They seem to be buying into it. And it's showing on the ice. It's not always got to equal a win, but just be consistent with that effort. And that's all we're asking for as Rangers fans. Just give me some consistency. Because, getting bounced out of the playoffs last year by the Devils was embarrassing, but the Devils did what they had to, a good team, but the Rangers definitely underachieved. But I also think the Rangers weren't really ready to win a cup. I don't think they're there just yet. I think they're close. Maybe Laviolette could get us over the hump. Defensively, I think they've been pretty solid defensively. The Columbus Blue Jacket game, they're a little bit sloppy in their own zone, sloppy in the neutral zone, but that's bound to happen when you're learning a new system. Laviolette plays a new system, but I do notice that they're going north-south a lot more than east-west. The Rangers are really, asserting themselves, driving the puck into the offensive zone, forechecking really well. And that's some of the things I really notice about Laviolette and his style. I think they've really done a really good job so far. So also, it goes without saying, I think Shesterkin's been outstanding so far. And I also forgot to see where Shesterkin's at. Shesterkin so far is 2-1 with a 2.38 goals against with a 904 save percentage. He got 73 saves. So that first game, he gave up 5, but the Rangers didn't play well. When the Rangers don't play well for Shesterkin, you're going to hang them out to dry. And I feel like that's what happened. And so a couple of them Shesterkin would want back, but you're going to forget about that game and just, try to improve. You came back, played a solid close game the next game and won. So, you know, what I like is they don't seem to get around the game, but, we'll see if that holds up. So, a couple other things I want to mention also, but, overall, I think the Rangers as a team look solid. They just have to keep buying in, keep doing what they're doing. Uh, I think Schneider defensively has struggled a little bit, but he's learning a new system. But I think overall, you like what you see. You have a lot more positive than negatives, except that one game is more negative than positive. But like I said, I like what I saw. I like the coaching staff. I like the discipline. So another interesting thing also is to see what they're going to do with Brendan Othmann. Othmann had a really good preseason. He's lighting it up in the AHL, and I'm very interested to see if they're going to be bringing him up or not this season at some point. Because the injury bug could always creep up on you, and maybe they, maybe they, uh, want to bring him up and see what he does because he's an immense talent. But I like that he's in Hartford getting top 6 minutes. He'll get top minutes every night. He'll get experience. But that kid looks close to ready. I'm very interested to see what they're going to do with Brendan Othmann. Let's see. So I'm going to talk about some of the games coming up from now, in between now and next Tuesday, when I will be live again. New York Rangers on the ice. So the next game coming up, they're going to be home versus the Nashville Predators. Let's see if they could, continue to play well. You're looking to play well at home. So in the playoffs, when you're at home, you have home ice advantage. So I would like them to play well and get that. I haven't watched a lot of Nashville this year, but I know they're not the worst team. So the Rangers are gonna play disciplined. Keep playing the way they're playing, and hopefully they'll come out with a win. And that's on the 19th of October. Then they go to the Seattle Kraken, and the Seattle Kraken had an unreal season last year. I definitely think they overachieved, but that's going to be a tough game in Seattle. I think that Seattle is not the easiest place to play. They're a young team. They're a talented team. They're probably going to have a lot more confidence, and I'm interested to see how how that game goes. On the West Coast. And then after that, the October 24th, you got the Flames, which is next Tuesday. So we'll see where they're at. I think the Rangers are probably going to go win 2 out of 3 of these games, and lose one, and you'd be 4-2, and that's not a bad start your first 6. So, like I said, good start to the season so far. I really like what I see from Laviolette's system. So anyone has any questions or comments, feel free to comment. I'm gonna go over the schedule real quick, and then we'll close out. Probably not gonna be too long of a stream on this stream, but that's okay. It's just a quick review of each week. Some weeks will be long. Some shows will be longer than others because we're gonna have 4 games in between shows. Sometimes you'll back to back, so you'll have more games to cover. So next week I'll probably do a little preview, also of the Nashville of the I apologize of the Flames game, the 24th on Tuesday. So we'll make that part of the show. But here's our schedule. Sorry to go on a bit. Got Joystick Junkies every Monday at 4:30. 5:30 p.m. Sully Squad is a special time because the Phillies are playing in the playoffs. So that time is changing. Got a Cowboys pregame. I'm assuming next Monday at 7:30, and postgame with Paul Spencer. Go whatever team they're playing. Tuesdays you got Commanders. You got me, New York Rangers on the ice, at 4 p.m. every Tuesday. Every 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, you have Commanders Gridiron. Wednesday is our biggest heavy day for streams. 10 a.m. you got the Back Cave with Ken Fry. 7 p.m. You got extra innings with Dave Yarnell and Joe Sullivan. Deb 215 boys, college football friends. We got some for NFL Pick'em show. I will have a guest on the NFL Weekly Pick'em show because Paul Spencer won't be here this week. Top Strong podcast, but you got something for everybody here on the box. And then 11 a.m. Big Blue Power Hour, talking New York Giant football. So, but yeah, that's about all I got for for the show today. A short show, but that's okay. Thank you everybody for joining me on here on Out of the Box Sports on New York Rangers on the Ice. I am Daniel, so I will be your host every Tuesday. So follow me at Dan on Wheels and subscribe to Out of the Box Sports, where my stream will be every week. So everybody have a wonderful day.